Jey Uso is a better champion than Solo Sikoa. The WWE's rumored plans for Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus the Bloodline at Bad Blood. Batista bullied for his weight loss. Brock Lesnar returning to insert himself in a current WWE feud. Update on Rey Mysterio after WWE RAW match. Bronson Reed breaks silence after he attacked fan. CM Punk will not replace a 14-time WWE Champion. Jey Uso replacing Jimmy Uso. Let's dive right in. The WWE's rumored plans for Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus the Bloodline at Bad Blood. Roman Reigns returned on the season premiere of WWE SmackDown to help Cody Rhodes even the odds against the Bloodline. The original tribal chief laid out the solo-led faction with the American Nightmare. This led to the company booking a massive tag team match for Bad Blood, which will see Reigns and Rhodes take on Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. There is considerable buzz regarding the high-profile bout, as fans eagerly wait to see the former rivals team up against the Bloodline. How would things turn out when the two megastars lock horns with Solo and Fatu on October 5th? Let's look at 4 bold predictions for Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus the Bloodline at Bad Blood 2024. Number 1. Randy Orton could turn heel on Cody Rhodes to cost him a potential win. Fans have been speculating about a potential heel turn for Randy Orton since he returned to WWE last year. However, that has not happened yet. That said, things may finally change at Bad Blood 2024. There have been rumors that WWE will book a feud between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes in the coming days, and Triple H could lay down the breadcrumbs for the same at Bad Blood. Randy Orton could make his presence felt during the tag match and turn heel, costing Cody Rhodes a potential win. This would not only add that shock value to the premium live event, but also set up the duo's feud beautifully. Number 2. Hikuleo could debut. Given that prevailing over Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes won't be easy, Solo Sikoa could have a masterstroke up his sleeves. The Street Champion could have Tama Tonga's half-brother, Hikuleo, debut to help the Bloodline. The 6'8" monster has been rumored to join the Solo-led faction for quite a while now, and that may finally happen at Bad Blood 2024. Hikuleo, along with Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, could help the Bloodline defeat Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Number 3. Solo Sikoa could turn face due to The Rock. While Solo Sikoa has proclaimed himself as the tribal chief and the leader of the Bloodline, many believe that the High Chief, The Rock, has been pulling the strings from behind. If so, fans could witness a massive swerve at Bad Blood 2024. The creative team could have Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes beat Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu clean at Bad Blood, with the Street Champion taking the pin. This could then lead to the People's Champion making his return, only to launch a brutal attack on Solo. The Rock could blame Solo for the loss before kicking him out of the faction. This potential angle could make fans sympathetic towards the Street Champion, turning him face. Number 4. Roman Reigns' friend Paul Heyman could return with Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns was recently seen with his special counsel and best friend Paul Heyman at a non-WWE event. This may mean the Wiseman's return could be on the cards soon. Given that the Bloodline currently holds the numbers advantage over Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, Heyman could return to Bad Blood with some backup. The WWE Hall of Famer could have his former client, Brock Lesnar, return alongside him to help the babyfaces even the odds against the Bloodline. Triple H revealed earlier that WWE would be open to a conversation if the Beast wanted to return. Given that, a potential comeback on October 5th isn't unlikely. Heyman could persuade Lesnar to return to help Reigns and Cody against the Bloodline at Bad Blood 2024. Batista bullied for his weight loss. A former WWE manager wasn't impressed with Batista's insane weight loss. The name in question is Dutch Mantel. Dave Bautista recently underwent drastic weight loss, leaving many fans worried for his health. He later opened up about the weight loss and stated that he's feeling comfortable in his current physique. On the latest edition of Storytime with Dutch Mantel, the WWE veteran talked in detail about Batista's weight loss. He didn't mince his words while speaking about the same. Good God, my God. Yep, he's horrible looking. The body, what's he weigh now? He got to weigh under 200. He looks really thin. Hey, if you took his, I could tell by the face, but if you took his face off, you couldn't tell who that was at all. The Animal was one of the most intimidating stars in all of WWE during his peak. He put down some of the biggest names in the promotion with ease back then. He recently had a chat with Chris Van Vliet and talked about his weight loss. I probably overdid it. I was probably a little too big, but at the time I was just thinking, I gotta get big. I put on an uncomfortable amount of weight, and it took me forever to shed it off. Then I noticed the more I trimmed down, the better I felt. And I also noticed the more I trimmed down, the better I looked on camera, the better I looked next to other actors. It would be interesting to see what the former WWE champion has to say in response to Mantel's comments about his weight loss. It's been 5 years since his last WWE match, immediately after which he announced his retirement. Brock Lesnar returning to insert himself in a current WWE feud. Brock Lesnar was last seen in WWE at SummerSlam, where he put over the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. However, the whispers of his return are growing louder. Triple H recently dropped hints about contacting Lesnar, indicating that he would be receptive to discussions if the Beast is considering a return. The Beast incarnate could return to the promotion on the orders of Adam Pearce, who has been fed up with Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman wreaking havoc on Raw. Recently, things have gotten pretty wild between Braun and Reed. In the most recent episode, these two heavyweights went head-to-head, both looking to cause serious damage. Their showdown reached a new level when they smashed through drywall, leaving both of them completely out of it. The Raw GM could reach his breaking point with these two monsters. Frustrated by their relentless bickering and chaos, Pearce could feel it was time to step in. He might declare that he's bringing in Brock Lesnar to show them what respect means. In a backstage promo, Pearce could share his frustration with both guys, making it clear that their behavior has crossed the line and that the Beast incarnate is on his way. Should Brock Lesnar make his comeback, it might unfold in a thrilling moment as he crashes the scene while Strowman and Reed are locked in a heated standoff in the ring. Lesnar could deliver a powerful warning to them about their reckless behavior and the consequences they could face. This would set the stage for Adam Pearce to announce a triple threat match at the next PLE, where the winner would earn a shot at the World Heavyweight title. With the promise of an explosive confrontation ahead, fans could be left eagerly awaiting the fallout. However, if legal issues prevent the 47-year-old's return, WWE would need to find other ways to maintain momentum in the storyline. Lesnar's involvement could create compelling tension, but his status's uncertainty keeps fans guessing and engaged. Throughout the years, Lesnar has maintained a solid connection with the company and frequently appears at major events. However, the outcome of his ongoing legal challenges will play a pivotal role. Should these matters be resolved positively, a return seems probable, particularly for prominent story arcs. The rumors will keep swirling until WWE or Brock Lesnar makes an official announcement. Fans should keep their eyes peeled for news about his status and possible participation in upcoming events. His involvement would undoubtedly enhance the current storylines, especially with the existing rivalries heating up. Update on Rey Mysterio after WWE RAW match. Rey Mysterio needed to be helped to the back following his match on WWE RAW a few weeks ago. On this week's edition of the show, the company officially talked about how he was doing and what he had gone through. On September 9th, Mysterio ended up in a match against Finn Balor on Raw, continuing his never-ending feud with the Judgment Day. While he has mostly found success when going against the faction, this match was not in his favor. Balor was out to hurt him and put pressure on his back and legs. After the match, Balor hit him with a dropkick on the apron, sending him into the ring post. While Balor left then, Mysterio had to be helped out. This comes after he had to undergo stem cell therapy so that he could return to the ring. On this week's Raw episode, WWE commentators Wade Barrett and Joe Tessitore officially updated fans on Rey Mysterio's condition. Barrett talked about what Balor had done to Mysterio and said that those in the company were worried about him. Balor refusing to release the hold, seemingly reveling in the Hall of Famer's agony, and then post-match, adding even more damage in the aftermath, and we're still awaiting an update on the condition of Mysterio, Wade said. Until recently, there was certainly no love lost between Rey Mysterio and Damian Priest. The two had been feuding regularly. However, after Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor led the rest of the Judgment Day in a betrayal of Priest and Rhea Ripley, things changed once again. The two stars have been fighting the Judgment Day with Jey Uso at their side. Rey Mysterio may be the ally they need as well, given they have the same enemy now. Whether this alliance forms or not remains to be seen. Bronson Reed breaks silence after he attacked fan. Bronson Reed took things too far this week on WWE RAW when he picked up a fan and threw him like a weapon at Braun Strowman. And surprisingly enough, Jey Uso is involved in the scenario. The former Bloodline member is yet to respond. On WWE RAW this week, Bronson Reed did the unthinkable. He put his hands on a fan and threw him at Strowman. The fan was naturally hurt by the move and was left lying around. This also led to everyone questioning why he grabbed a fan. The brawl between the two stars would only escalate further as they headed backstage. They ended up fighting and damaging WWE property. They even went through a drywall before they were taken away by a very concerned Adam Pearce and WWE's medical personnel. Now, taking to social media, Bronson Reed addressed why he chose that fan to throw at Strowman. WWE posted a video of the moment and Reed reposted it, saying he should not have been wearing that shirt. The fan wore the WWE shop shirt saying, "Yeet," for Jey Uso. "Shouldn't have been wearing that shirt," Reed wrote. The shirt appeared to offend Reed. Whether this leads to a feud between the two stars remains to be seen, but Jey Uso has yet to speak about it. Jey Uso has quickly become one of the most popular stars in WWE. Over his time in WWE, he has done everything in the tag team division and is now blasted through to the stratosphere as a singles star too. While he's now after a singles title as he battles Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship, he appears to have also outraged Bronson Reed. For the moment, though, Jey will likely focus more on his upcoming Intercontinental title match, while also keeping an eye out for Judgment Day, as he is allied with Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. CM Punk will not replace a 14-time WWE Champion. CM Punk has often been the cynosure of all eyes on WWE RAW since his return back in 2023. The Best in the World appeared in NXT recently and announced that he would be the special guest referee for the upcoming NXT Championship match. However, there have been rumblings that Punk would soon replace Shawn Michaels as the creative head of NXT. Former WWE star Tom Pritchard gave his opinion on the rumor recently. CM Punk has expressed his love for NXT quite often. The former WWE Champion is a pioneer in the industry and is looked up to by numerous stars on NXT as well as the main roster. In a recent episode of the Taking You to School podcast, WWE legend Tom Pritchard was asked if Punk could replace Michaels in NXT. In an immediate response, the legend replied that it wouldn't happen. However, he added that while the Best in World might just enjoy being in NXT, it doesn't seem like he would ever replace Shawn Michaels, a 3-time WWF champion and former World Heavyweight Champion himself. No, I don't think he's going to take over from Shawn. He may just enjoy being in NXT and helping out, said Tom Pritchard. CM Punk returned to Monday Night Raw this week for the first time since being viciously attacked by Drew McIntyre. The Best in the World addressed the upcoming Hell in a Cell match against the Scottish Warrior at Bad Blood and made a big promise to fans. While Punk stated that he couldn't kill McIntyre, he promised to make the former WWE Champion bleed. He also added that he was prepared to put it all on the line when the two face off in the Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood. With a lot of heat between both stars, the excitement for the Hell in a Cell match is at an all-time high. Fans will have to wait and see what happens when both men get locked inside the unforgiving steel structure. Jey Uso replacing Jimmy Uso. Since escaping the clutches of Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, fans have wanted to see Jey Uso reunite with his brother Jimmy Uso. However, with Jimmy still out of action, Jey may be interested in teaming up with a close ally, Sami Zayn. The pair struggled to connect when Zayn first joined the Bloodline. However, they soon formed a bond that was as strong as brotherhood. The 40-year-old star found much success as the honorary Uso, and later reunited with Jey on Raw after his exit from the Bloodline. During a recent interview with Metro, Jey Uso said he would love to form a full-fledged tag team with Sami Zayn. I know we hated each other on screen, but we really love each other in the back, but it just came off on TV so organically. You will have little glimpses of me and him on Raw, but man, I really want to go full-blown tag team with him and try to see how that goes. Despite performing as single stars at the moment, Zayn and Uso have shown over the past year that they still very much have each other's backs. Their days in the Bloodline helped them form a bond for life, both off-screen and on-screen. Hence, they could officially join forces to form a fan-favorite tandem on Raw, despite Jimmy Uso's eventual return. This could allow Jimmy to focus on the Bloodline storyline and continue his singles run. Next week, Jey Uso will challenge Braun Breaker for the prestigious Intercontinental Championship on Raw. One person who feels that Jey does not need to win the gold is former WWE analyst and host of The Bump, Matt Camp. On the Wrestling Matt podcast, Camp shared his thoughts on Jey's booking. A title just to have a title doesn't matter. It's not necessarily about a push. That is about how you're presented. Are you in the main event? Are you being looked at as the top guy? A title doesn't necessarily make that. It does for some people, but I don't know if Jey Uso needs the Intercontinental Championship right now. If Jey does indeed defeat Braun Breaker next Monday, he can capture his first ever singles championship in WWE. Jey Uso is a better champion than Solo Sikoa. While the Bloodline story has been throwing out twists and turns every single week, Jey Uso has been making a name for himself on WWE RAW. His father, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi, has often stated that the company should put a title on Jey, given his massive popularity and talent. Since moving out of the Bloodline, Jey Uso has enhanced as one of the most charismatic singles stars on the roster. The star is now set for an opportunity to win the Intercontinental Championship on Raw. In a recent episode of the Taking Back to School podcast, WWE legend Tom Pritchard addressed Rikishi's comments on Jey Uso. The veteran stated that those were just the Hall of Famer's opinions, and that he was allowed to voice them. Well, he has opinions. He is allowed to voice his opinions, I think, stated Pritchard. With Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker locked on for the upcoming episode episode of WWE RAW, anticipation among fans for the clash has been building up. While the Hall of Famer has been wanting his son to win the Intercontinental Championship for a long time now, he feels an interference might take place during the match. During a recent episode of his Off the Top podcast, Rikishi addressed how a Bloodline member could also get involved in the match. The Hall of Famer added that there are a number of ways the match could end. Let's see what happens, Again, I ain't been, tapping in or tuning in, but yeah, we'll see what can possibly happen. The way I see the tables turning, I see it turning for the Yeet Man, and then we'll see from there. Or it might be an outside interference, it could be somebody, or I don't know. It could be another Bloodline member, or there are so many ways we can go with this, stated the Hall of Famer. With a lot to be excited about, fans will have to wait and see what happens when Jey Uso and Braun Breaker collide on Raw next week.